Hi, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel, Annie Freedo, and today I want to talk about the Chinese characters and their syllables, especially the pinyin. As you can see, in Chinese, one sound can have many meanings, depending on the tone. For example, here you can see the 5 different characters. All of them are pronounced the same way, ma. However, the tone defines the meaning. For example, ma means mother, ma means hemp, ma means horse, ma to curse, and the final one is ma, which is just a question particle. So, to understand this, we first need to understand how Chinese sounds are built. And for that, we will talk about a syllable. Syllable in Chinese language is created by initial. Initial means that starting off a syllable, and the final, which is the ending of the syllable. In Chinese language, we have initials are mostly 99% are created by consonants, and the finals are mostly created by vowels. And how about the tone? The tone is created above the final, aka the vowel. So the first tone, which is a horizontal, the second tone is rising, third tone falling and rising, and then fourth tone is falling tone. And this is how we can differentiate. And in the next videos, we will talk about more details, the tones itself, but not in this video. And the neutral ones, which means that we do not have a tone above the final there. Now, a syllable is created by initial and the final itself. First of all, I want to talk about initials first, and then we will move forward to the finals, which are simple and compound. There are 21 initials, and each of these initials we can group them into which part of our mouth we use when we pronounce them. For example, the first one is called labial. The labia means lips, and while we need to use our lips while we are pronouncing them. Let's begin. So the first one is bo, bo, po, po, mo, mo, fu, fu. So I very actively used my lips to pronounce them. The second one is called alveolars, which means the tongue is made by 3 distinguished parts: the tip of the tongue, the middle part of the tongue, and the back of the tongue. In order to pronounce the second group of initials, we need to push and hit the tip of the tongue to the back part of our teeth, the upper teeth. So it will be de, te, ne, le. So I pushed and I hit my tip of my tongue to the back side of the upper teeth. The third group is about we need to curl the tip of the tongue to pronounce the third group, which goes z, z, c, c, s, s. Now, for the fourth part of the group, we also again need to curl our teeth, but these sounds are more airy, and they go like zh, zh, ch, ch, sh, sh, zh, zh. My tip of my tongue is curled slightly. Now, for the fifth group, what we need to do is to raise the middle part of the tongue towards the hard palate. So they go like z, z, c, c, s, s. Now let's move towards the sixth group. It's called velars. It means that you need to raise the back part of your tongue towards the soft palate, and it goes like g, k, h. Interesting fact is that I can arrange my initials not only that way, but also vertically. But the arrangement or the grouping will be the same. Now let's move to finals, especially the simple finals. Now we have 6 simple finals, and they are arranged based on how wide we open our mouth while we are pronouncing them. So the bigger is on the left side and the smaller one is on the right side. So will be very much wider mouth. O. As you can see, the shape or the size of my mouth is quite large when I say compared to O. And O are quite easy to pronounce, but now let's focus on the third one. In order to pronounce this, it's not it's actually What you need to do is that imagine that you are smiling while you are pronouncing that final. So, o, For the fourth one, it's e. The fifth one, u. You need to purse your lips in order to pronounce this final properly. And the last one is you. If you have trouble to pronounce this, start with you, and you can find you sound for the future practice. Now, what you see here is on the left side vertically is organized all the 21 initials, and horizontally on the top what we have is 6 finals. What I can do here is that create a syllable, which is a simple syllable. Simple syllable means that we have a 1 initial and 1 final. Before we start digging into this, what I want you to observe is that some of the initials and finals do not make any syllable. For example, we don't have the or do sound in Chinese at all. So every empty table or the box means that there is no sound created by any of the initial or the final. Now let's go and discuss each of them together. So, pu, a, ba, pu, a, pa, mu, a, ma, fu, a, fa, de, a, da, te, a, ta, ne, a, na, le, a, la, z, a, za, c, a, ca, s, a, sa, zh, a, zha, ch, a, cha, sh, a, sha, g, a, ga, k, a, ka, h, a, ha. Now let's move to the O, which is b, o, bu, pu, o, pu, mu, o, mu, fu, o, fu. Now let's move to the sound. Again, it's not it's t, 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 n, n, l, l, z, z, c, c, s, s, zh, zh, ch, ch, sh, sh, r, r, g, g, k, k, h. Now let's move to the E sound, which is po, I, bi, po, I, pi, mo, I, mi, de, I, di, te, I, ti, ne, I, ni, le, I, li. Now, as you can see, I have marked the following 7 simple syllables into blue, which means that when you want to pronounce this initial and final, this syllable, you only pronounce the initial, not the final. We don't say zi, we say z, We don't say qi, we say ci. We don't say xi, we say si. We don't say ji, we say zhi. We don't say qi, we say chi. We don't say shi, we say shi. We don't say zhi, we say zhi. I hope it is helpful. Now, let's compare these groups together. So, sound and e sound, because many students make mistakes with this, how to pronounce them. So, in order to pronounce sound, you always need to smile. But for the e sound or the group for e, you do not smile at all. You focus on initials. Let's go. So, z, 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 c, 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 s, 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 zh, 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 ch, 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 sh, 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 r, r. I hope this is helpful. Now, as it follows, we just need to pronounce ji, qi, xi properly, the way we did on the top. Now let's move to u sound, which goes bo, u, bu, po, u, pu, mo, u, mu, fo, u, fu, de, u, du, te, u, tu, ne, u, nu, le, u, lu, zi, u, zu, ci, u, cu, si, u, su, zhi, u, zhu, chi, u, chu, shi, u, shu, ri, u, ru, ge, u, gu, ke, u, ku, he, u, hu. And the final one, which is yu. So we have n, u, nu, le, u, lu, zi, u, ju, ci, u, tu, s, u, su. Okay, now we talked about the simple final. Now let's talk about the compound final. In order to create a compound final, first you need to take the simple final and add some couple of vowel. For example, if we talk about the a, then we can create a, I. Now, what I want to make a distinguish, we don't stress both a and e when we say I. We only stress the vowel, or we stress on the final, that we open the mouth wider. So, with a, we open the mouth wide. With e, we don't open the mouth wide. So it is not I, it's I. So we stress a sound in I sound. We do the same thing with ow. It's not ow, right? We don't emphasize the o. We emphasize the a sound. Ow, an. Now, do not read the G sound at the end. This is just a hint for you to take the sound and make it more nasal. It is not ang, it's ang. Make it more sound nasally. So difference between an, right. We always do that. This is not for you to read. This is just a hint for you to create the nasal sound. Now let's move to the second group, which is O. So, on, o. The third group, which is A, N, R. The fourth one, E, it is ya again. We emphasize not the E, but we emphasize a. Ya. It's not ia, it's ya. When we have three, I, A, O. Obviously, we are going to emphasize A because A is the one that is written first here, and we previously said that these finals or the vowels are organized based on how wide we open our mouth. The wider we open the mouth, the more stress we put compared to the other. So yao, yao. So in this case, E and O are transitional. Yao. All right, now let's continue. Ye, ye. Now, in the braces is written how you need to read this pinyin or this compound final. That is interesting because this pinyin that I'm teaching you right now is a system to read the Chinese characters. For this pinyin is created another additional system for some of the compound finals, how to read them, right? But I will explain very soon why there is an additional system to read them, but very soon. So, when you have I-U, we don't say I-U, we say I-U, I-U, I-U. That's why if the 6, which is written Liu, it's not Liu, it's Liu, Liu. Next one, it is written I-An, but it's Yan, Yan. So this Y here is a transitional, Yan, Yan. Then, Yang, Yang, Yin, Yin, Ying, Ying, Yong, Yong. U-A is pronounced as wa, wa, wo, wo, wei, wei, wai, wai, wan, wan, un, wang, wang, weng, weng, yue, yue, yuan, yuan, yun, yun. Now let me explain why we have. Let's imagine the ui, right? Which is actually pronounced as wei. This is a final, which means that this one needs an initial. Initial is a consonant. For example, let's say sh. So sh is initial, wei is a final. If I was to write sh, wei, it means, and it is quite confusing that, oh my God, I have 2 consonants in the beginning of, or 2 initials, which actually W is not an initial at all. So in order not to make this even more confusing, so what we do is that we write we, but we need to remember that's wei, and it is pronounced as shui, 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 which means actually with the 3rd tone, water. But let's go. Before I move to this complex table, let me explain and wrap it up what we have done so far. So, in order to read Chinese character, each Chinese character is pronounced with a syllable. And syllable is created by an initial and a final. We can have a simple syllable, which is created by only one initial and only one final. For example, m, a, ma, n, i, ni, b, a, ba, g, e, g, f, u, fu, right? And we also have a compound initial, which is made by one initial and more than one initial. So, mo, ao, mao, sh, a, she, li, yan, lian, ge, wo, guo, right? We haven't discussed the 3rd one, but I will tell you right now. We can also have a vowel-only syllable. So, a, I, o, yi, they are actually words. Before I start explaining this large table, let me explain what we have. On the left side in the blue, there are 21 initials, which are consonants. And horizontally in the green, we have 6 finals. In pink, you can see a compound finals, such as a can create I, ao, an, etc. And now what you can see is that in yellow, we can have a simple syllable, and in pink, we can have a compound syllable. I will not discuss about this table right now because I want to do that in the next video when we talk about the 4 tones in Chinese language. And when we do that, I will discuss each syllable with all 4 tones. For example, b, a, ba, right? Ba, 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 ba. This is what I'm going to do in the next video, and you can practice them with me. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video was very useful for you, for my students, and I'll see you in the next one. If you have any suggestions, any comments or requests, please use the comment sections and I will consider them profoundly. Thanks.